Please pardon my sinus problems. You don't get a schnoz like mine without a few problems. So, Disney really hates Star Wars. And I need to explain myself. I need to link some thoughts for a second. But before that, I need to explain where I got these thoughts. Back in the heyday of vinyl, 50s to 70s. They may even still do it today. Radio stations would play the vinyl records, the little turntables. For those of you who have never seen a vinyl record player, Google one. Google how a vinyl record works. Most radio stations, it was just common industry practice. They would speed up the rotation speed of the vinyl turntable, and what that did was it increased the speed and reduced the amount of time taken to play a song. Now that would, one, raise the pitch of the song so that it's not always the same every time you hear it. But the main reason why they did this, and somebody with a classically trained ear could pinpoint that, but they would do it just to reduce the overall length of the song a few seconds, so that at the end of the hour they can squeeze another song in or so. Play more song, more music you get, more people you got listening. And more people you got listening, the more advertising you can play. So if you shorten all of your music, you can play more ads. The more ads you get, the more money you make, and more people listening to the show. They don't do that anymore. Really no reason to, because you got 3.5 to 6 hour podcast of people just talking about anything. And I mean anything. The Joe Rogans and the Nerdrotics and whatnot. Anyway, so for someone who has been trained in classical music, or if you were in high school band, you can kind of catch when they change the pitch on something, when it goes from 440 to 438 or 439. Like there's just a hair in wavelength. And if your ear's tuned to it, you can pick up on the wavelength changes, especially a dissonance. Dissonance and pacing. Tempo is a big deal. It's against rhythm. So when you're a fan of something to the point where it's ingrained in your DNA, the pacing of the song, the movements of the characters across the screen, it's obvious when somebody messes with the footage. Well, Disney Plus did this. And I get, back in the days, you did that with the record company or the radio station, so you could make more advertiser bucks. Kind of annoying, but livable. I've already paid for this. Or someone else did. It's been paid for. You've got the money. Give me the theatrical release. Disney's version is 2 hours and 4 minutes. The theatrical release is 2 hours and 14 minutes. They sped up the footage and the audio so it could be reduced by 10 minutes. The only reason I can possibly fathom that they did this was because they hate Star Wars. If the pacing is off, if it's been sped up, the audio's janky, the video's janky, and it looks like some of those early 1900s Charlie Chaplin films where movement's all funky. you can't enjoy it. It yanks you out of the experience. The pacing is wrong. The dialogue's wrong. The audio's, the music, especially the soundtrack. You can pick up like, hey, that drum roll was really fast. The timpani was really, really fast. You know, back 2001: A Space Odyssey. What if they just went bum 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 boom? That's not as impactful as slowing down for your brain to absorb the information while you're staring at the screen without ever blinking. So if you reduce the impact of the movie, you've kind of just killed the whole vibe. It's no longer the cool thing that you enjoyed back when it first came out. And I get it if you want to go on Netflix and speed up the footage just so you can get through the show so you can say that you watched it, fine. But there are a lot of movies that are meant to be enjoyed in a specific way. Sit down and watch the stupid thing and not mess with your phone or even eat popcorn. And again, I can't think of a reason why Disney would do this. I don't know why they would change the speed, the pacing, all the soundtrack, all the audio's off. I can't even play it on here because I'll get hit for copyright infringement. But the first note from A New Hope. Dun 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 dun. It's grandiose. It's a march. What did they do with that? Like, what is the point in this? Is it incompetence? Because there's plenty of that at Disney. Could just be incompetence. Somebody screwed up. And there's absolutely no way to report it. Or they hate the people who enjoy the original trilogy and they want to stop people from watching it, because if you can't enjoy it, you're probably going to turn it off and change it to something else that's got decent pacing. I don't know. I can't figure out a reason. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe they just hate us. I know they hate Disney. Or Disney hates Star Wars. I know they hate Star Wars. They screwed up the entire... How do you lie that bad? How are you that incompetent? We don't have a single thing to go on. We're in the dark. We just have to make this stuff up. Right. Could have made an official Star Wars holiday special and it would have been better. A more official holiday special. Dark times. I do want to add this real quick. More of why Disney hates Star Wars. Their complete incompetence. And I guess it's from Kathleen Kennedy and the entire marketing department. How do you fail something this bad? You did better with Aladdin than you did with Star Wars. Back when the days prior to Disney, before the dark times of the Empire, you could find any possible thing you ever wanted with a Star Wars logo on it. I tried to find gifts for a birthday party this weekend. Nothing was available. It seems like all of the Star Wars memorabilia production has halted because Disney bought it, or since Disney bought it. But just a few years ago, you could find dress socks with the Rebel Alliance logo on it. You could find, besides T-shirts and mugs and hats, Pez dispensers, running shorts. I haven't seen a pair of Star Wars shoes outside of the kids section, and I understand why. The whole infantilization of adults in this country. But I mean everything. Beds, bed sheets, pillows, Pez dispensers. They kind of still have those. Action figures like you wouldn't believe. I'm just looking around my room. Tables, chairs, books, beyond mountains of books, computer towers, and anything you could think of that was Star Wars that is manufactured. Star Wars had a version of it, or there was a logo, the Empire logo was on it. Since Disney bought it, the only thing that's available is Disney specific products. There's Baby Yoda, Mandalorian, and that's it. We don't even have sequel trilogy stuff. Like, I would have thought maybe there'd be a lot more prequel trilogy stuff, but this, like, the incompetence rings. the level of missed opportunity. It's almost like Disney needs to rebrand and call itself Missed Opportunity LLC, because and they've kind of done that with Marvel too. I don't know. It's kind of bug. The Star Wars ceiling fans, for crying out loud! Come on, like, why did you stop? You had a built-in fandom. You didn't have to piss off your fan base and screw it all up. If we need the teenagers, so we're gonna make it all like Dawson's Creek. No, you didn't. You didn't need to do that, but you did anyway. Whatever.